de Sunbleached ne te dit peut-être pas grand chose, mais laisse-moi te présenter ce groupe tout droit venu de Brisbane, en Australie. Ce pays qui regorge d'insectes monstrueux est aussi le berceau de plusieurs artistes de la musique, tels que AC/DC bien sûr, In Excess, Parkway Drive et Aviva, que j'avais d'ailleurs interviewé il y a à peu près 5 ans. Je vous remettrai le lien vers l'interview en barre d'infos. Sunbleached est donc une pépite émergente de la scène rock alternative originaire de Brisbane. Le groupe a sorti son nouvel EP I Crawled Into the Hole vendredi 30 août et a récemment assuré la première partie de Boston Manor en Australie. Mais si, Boston Manor, c'est eux. Bref, Sunbleached se forme en 2020 autour de 4 membres. Josh Baker au chant, Bradley Madaford et Brent Otley au poste de guitariste et Zen Yu à la basse. Depuis 4 ans, le groupe n'a pas chômé et c'est peu de le dire. Sunbleached a en effet partagé la scène aux côtés de Holding Absence, Mirrors, Prideland, Touché Amoré, etc. Et je dis bien etc. Imaginez-vous faire autant de premières parties de groupe en 4 ans de carrière seulement. D'ailleurs, le groupe parle de son concert en première partie de Citizen avec une certaine pointe de fierté, et il y a de quoi. Je cite, « Le fait de jouer avec eux en début d'année nous a permis de boucler la boucle. Lorsque nous avons envisagé de former ce groupe, nous voulions simplement faire quelques concerts, et nous n'avions jamais vraiment imaginé avoir l'occasion de le faire. C'est donc quelque chose pour lequel nous sommes très reconnaissants. » Aujourd'hui, je t'invite à te plonger dans l'univers du groupe avec cette interview enregistrée le 26 août dernier à 9h du matin, vu qu'il était 17h en Australie. Le groupe était alors en route vers Canberra pour le 2e concert ou le 3e, aux côtés de Boston Manor du coup.
We're Sunbleached and we're doing an interview for House of Freaks.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to set this up so that...
You're in the van?
Yeah, we're in the van. We just pulled over.
Is there any way we can? Do you want to set it up vertically?
Yeah, it's two person one. No, that's...
There we go. Wait.
I don't have to be in frame zone.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess you're on the road now. First off, from the first of the 3 shows with Boston Manor that took place in Newcastle. Please tell me about it. What was it like? The atmosphere and everything.
Yeah, the show was great. It was a long drive from Brisbane to Newcastle. It took about 8 hours, but it was cool. We got to take in the sights and yeah, it was a big milestone for us. You know, this is our first time sort of, doing a main support slot for an international act. Yeah, super fun. What about you guys? How did you guys feel?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was a nice little tight room, so they were quite tight, and as soon as we got there, everyone was already kind of chatting and introducing each other. So that was like a really nice, like open environment to walk into, which was really, really lovely.
That's cool. You guys are getting ready to release your new EP called I Crawled Into the Hole. It's being released this Friday. What's your state of mind?
We're just happy to have it out, really. I mean, it was supposed to come out earlier this year, but, life got in the way and stuff like that, so we ended up having to postpone it, but it was kind of fortunate that it did because, we didn't have any of the Boston Manor or Big Sound or the late November shows. They weren't sort of pre-planned or anything like that. We chose August 30th and it just sort of lined up that way. So it was sort of a happy coincidence, really.
Which new songs did you put into your set lists? How did the audience respond, if you did?
So we've added Hell is Repetition and No Cure for Life. People really love No Cure for Life. I feel like Hell is Repetition is one of the darker, heavier sort of songs that we've done. And they seem to like that, but I think some people it's a hit and some people are a little bit shocked because that's like the heavy, it's all very sort of in that sort of laid back area until that song comes into the set, and then it's sort of people realize, oh, these guys can go heavy.
We have the to back currently as well, so it's a nice little transition into No Cure into Hell is a pretty big difference in like the song style. So it's nice to go back to back for those.
White Lace is the third and latest single of your new EP. The meaning behind the lyrics is beautiful regarding the beliefs and traditions we can carry, sometimes even unconsciously. First, Jake, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you. Yeah.
How did you come to change your mind about it? How did your thinking go?
Well, you know, my wife and I, we've been together for 12 years at this point, and we're sort of in the last maybe 3 years or so we'd been talking about getting married and stuff like that and what that means for each of us. And I've always, you know, we've both never really wanted to, you know, commit to tradition in that way, but we sort of decided together that that's something that we wanted to experience in our lives. So yeah, it was kind of cool to, you know, give into tradition in that way.
Earlier, you were talking about the song "Hell is Repetition." To admit it, it's my favorite. It's my favorite one from the new EP. The
Hell
energy,
yeah.
it's contagious. I love the energy, and I also love the idea behind the title that if hell is a repetition, then happiness comes and go in the same way.
Yeah.
Could you please tell me more about the idea behind this specific song?
Originally, when I was writing those lyrics, I was sort of in this stage where I was, you know, I would wake up and I would check my phone, and I would just scroll, and I would see, you know, just like shocking news from around the world. You know, there's wars going on, there's people being killed, there's genocides being committed, and it was really impacting me, you know, opening up my phone and doing that. And then I started writing the lyrics, and then I realized that I might have been channeling something deeper within myself, where I'm like sort of not letting myself experience the happy times, and I'm sort of romanticizing those negative feelings, and you know, and just enjoying being in that state. And it's sort of just like a reminder to sort of check yourself, I guess, if you're slipping into something like that.
And in general, in your songs, when you write the lyrics, do you usually delve into personal stuff, or do you sometimes create situations or characters?
I try to write from my own personal experience. Every now and then I channel from like other circumstances, but I would say that it's majority my own experiences. And like, I mean, Bradley contributes as well to the lyric writing on some of the tracks as well, and that's predominantly his own personal experiences as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so predominantly our own experiences.
What are your common influences, and what are the ones brought by each one of you into the band, into your music?
I think a nice common one would just be the enjoyment of just nice, fun rock music.
Yeah.
We all enjoy like a good riff and a good song, so being aligned with that is like the reason I joined the band. So
Yeah.
I mean, artistically, there's obviously influence from a lot of those like early Run for Cover era bands like Citizen, Basement, Title Fight, all of that sort of stuff, and they're all, you know, they're bands that we all love and like grew up listening to, so that's a massive sonic influence there. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into what my like lyrical who I'm sort of channeling lyrically. I know vocally I definitely try, well, I don't try to, it just sort of comes out, but I channel a lot of Matt Karekis. I think just with my timbre, naturally, I think we both have similar sounding voices, or I've been told. What about you, Bradley, with
my influences?
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose my influences would just be like, firstly, the music that I grew up on, listening to CDs in my mum and dad's car. Like, I don't know, my dad always had Metallica Black Album in his car. That was the CD that we listened to every day. And my mum always had Nirvana or Pearl Jam or Stone Temple Pilots, Smashing Pumpkins, stuff like that. That would be like the first bands I would say. But then like Josh was saying, once I grew up into my 20s and like started listening to like newer bands that kind of riff off that era, it's like Basement, Citizen, that sort of style. Just anything that has emotion, anything that's like rock music makes me feel something. I just love it.
What about you?
Me, I think I probably grew up listening to a lot less metal music, probably more emo, alternative, hardcore. I'm listening to a lot of bands like Dive or Fontaines DC. I think that's where I'm kind of sitting in that kind of realm.
So you were talking about Big Sound 2024 coming very soon, like early September. Could you please tell me about it? What is it?
Big Sound, I believe they call it the largest music industry gathering in the Southern Hemisphere. So basically a lot of industry folk come to Brisbane. Our Australia's homegrown talent sort of applies to be a part of it, and then they select 150 or so artists to showcase at this event. So they have a lot of really cool keynote speakers. I think this year qu'il is among some of those. I think Tones and I as well is speaking. Yeah, it's just a cool thing to be involved in.
I think they had Mike from Linkin Park was last year's.
That was 2022.
22, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was the big guy then too. So
Yeah.
they have some pretty big names rolling through as some key speakers and mentors and stuff, which was really cool.
That's cool, yeah. Some lighter questions to finish this interview. Who are the artists you would like to work with if you had to name one or just a few?
I think we've all collectively agreed that Balance and Composure or Superhaven tour support could be like all right, we can pack up and go home now. We've done the goals.
Yeah, we've completed the missions at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, every box ticked then for me, for sure.
Yeah, I think for me, working with, in their own right, they're artists, but like producers like Will Yip or Kurt Ballou, anybody in that era, like that level of production would be crazy. Touring with a band like, I don't know, Queens of the Stone Age or something like that would be also something inconceivable to me, really.
Yeah.
But that would be incredible.
I'm not too sure. Again, Fontaines DC every day of the week. I feel like it might be a little too heavy. I'm not too sure. That could be cool. Under Oath reunion. Under Oath. Yeah.
What are your 5 most played songs at the moment?
Well, that's a hard one.
Yeah, I think we should go through the what was the last 5 Spotify cues?
We kind of have like a mash of music going on right now because we all have like a jam set up in the car and we're listening to like, so all of us can contribute to the playlist. We've been listening to like, well, we had like Britney Spears, and then we had like Audio Slave, and then we had Metallica and Foo Fighters.
Then we had like Smooth Operator on.
Yeah, literally the last song before we
We've
finished
had
over.
like so much going on. We were listening to the Vanga Boys last night.
Yeah.
There's a bit of everything in there right now.
We had Seal Pump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ice Cube,
Yeah, just the big medley of
The car trip has definitely been entertaining.
yeah.
If you were to give me 5 recommendations regarding all subjects in Australia, what would they be?
Oh, I have a really good one for Australia. Very, very lightly apply your Vegemite. Very sparingly.
Pour celles et ceux qui ne sauraient pas ce qu'est la Vegemite, voici une explication rapide. La Vegemite est une pâte brun foncé, salée et à base de levure. Vu comme ça a l'air infâme. Elle se répand massivement en Australie après la Seconde Guerre mondiale, car c'était l'aliment principal donné aux soldats. Les pauvres, double peine. Selon les mythes australiens, son goût et son odeur éloignent les drop bears, cet animal. Selon la légende reprise par l'Australian Museum, mettre de la Vegemite derrière les oreilles lors de promenades en forêt permet de les éloigner. À chaque pays son folklore, hein?
You don't want to put it on like peanut butter.
No, you do.
No. If you're trying, for the first time, an intro, you want to see like it's a pretty black paste. You kind of want it brownish spread over.
It's not quite Nutella.
Yeah, no, definitely not Nutella thickness.
I was just thinking spoon, just straight in the mouth, just a...
But see, we're trying to educate others on Australian culture.
But that's how you do it. That's how you try it.
That's how you try it the first time. You just dive in.
I also feel like we get quite a kick out of being quite sarcastic as well.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, if anyone starts talking about drop bears, they're usually just spinning a yarn, you know?
Oh, I think it's pretty common for just every sentence to be a joke, really.
Yeah.
I would say wear sunscreen.
Very underrated tip.
Yeah.
Very underrated tip.
Wear sunscreen. Because the sun here is pretty unforgiving. What else?
I don't know.
Enjoy the beaches, I guess. Enjoy the beaches. And watch out for road rage
and drop bears.
J'espère que cette interview t'aura plu et que tu auras envie d'en découvrir un peu plus en allant écouter le dernier EP I Crawled Into the Hole. C'est disponible sur toutes les plateformes de streaming. Quant à moi, je bosse déjà sur la prochaine vidéo, donc à très vite.